Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudlil fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh amma ba'du. I am Faruk Razik Al-Fatin from Rahmatan Lil Alamin International Islamic Boarding School, and today I want to take you back in time into the early days of Islam in Makkah to tell you the story of a figure whose life is a beacon of hope, resilience, and true faith. The title of my speech is Bilal bin Rabah, the Voice of Faith. This is the story of a man whose earthly status was low, but his rank with Allah is immensely high. He taught us that in Islam, the measure of a person is not their wealth, their color, or their family name. It's the strength of their faith. Our hero is Bilal bin Rabah. He was an Abyssinian man, tall, dark-skinned, and strong. He was a slave to a powerful leader named Umayyah bin Khalaf. In those dark times, being a slave meant having no rights, no freedom, and no voice. Bilal lived under the shadow of his master's cruelty. Then, a light dawned over Makkah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, began to preach the new message. There is no God but Allah, and all people are equal in his sight. Bilal listened. The Prophet's words were like cold water on his parched soul. He knew this was the truth. Without hesitation, he immediately embraced Islam. He became one of the As-Sabiqun al-Awwalun, the first to embrace Islam. When Umayyah heard that his slave had become a Muslim, he was enraged. How could a slave defy him? So he decided to crush Bilal's faith with a brutal torture. Every day, Umayyah would drag Bilal into a sun-scorched desert. When the sun was like burning coals, they would strip him naked, throw him into the fire stand, and place a heavy, huge rock on his chest. Crush a rock so heavy that it crushed his breath. Umayyah would yell, "Renounce Muhammad, defy his God, or you will die here." The pain was unimaginable. The sun scorched his skin. The rock pressed the life out of his lungs. But as the torture waited for Bilal's surrender, a single, powerful voice echoed across the empty desert. Ahad, Ahad. Umayyah tortured him for hours. Say what I want you to say. Bilal's voice, though weak, was firm. Ahad, Ahad. Even on the face of death, Bilal's heart was fixed on the oneness of God. His body was enslaved, but his soul was absolutely free. Word of Bilal's incredible patience and unwavering faith reached the companion Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Abu Bakr rushed to Umayyah. He saw Bilal lying under the rock, barely alive. He said, "Are you not ashamed? Do you not fear Allah? How could you torture this poor man?" Umayyah sneered, "You are the one who corrupted him. Save him if you can. I want a great price for him." Abu Bakr immediately bought Bilal for a high price, even higher than the price of many slaves. And the very first thing that he did was to pronounce the very word that Bilal had fought his life for. "You are free, Bilal. You are a free man." Bilal, the abused slave, was now a free man, saved by the wealthiest and the noblest man in Makkah, all for the sake of his iman, faith. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, moved to Madinah, Bilal became one of his closest companions and personal servants. When the Muslims built the first mosque, a question arose: how should we call believers to prayer? Many suggestions were made, but the decision was made to use the sacred call, the adhan. And who did the Prophet Muhammad choose to be the very person to deliver this sacred call? He chose Bilal bin Rabah. Bilal, the abused slave, was given the highest honor. Standing tall on the Prophet's mosque, he raised his voice and chanted the beautiful words of adhan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That moment showed the world the real teaching of Islam. The most honorable person in the sight of Allah is not the one with the most wealth, the one with the most power. Is the one with the most taqwa or pity. Bilal inspires us, students of today, with 3 powerful lessons. The first one is unwavering conviction. Never let small trials or challenges crush your faith. If Bilal could say ahad under a burning rock, we can stand the small challenges or trials in our life. Second, true equality. Never judge people by their background or their appearance. In the eyes of Allah, Bilal, the slave, was higher than his master, the arrogant leader, Umayyah bin Khalaf. Third, the value of your voice. Your voice has value, just like Bilal's voice, who called millions to prayer. You too must use your voice for good, to call people to good, to justice, and to truth. May we all strive to have the courage of Bilal bin Rabah. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.